The following program is paid for and presented by Tony Mart Presents. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome to Tony Mart Presents Music, Food, Fun, Travel, and Community Professionals live on WPG 1450 AM, 95.5 FM. Let the good times roll. And we're so excited about the good times that are going to roll this summer. There's so many things that are happening. We're going to kick it all off with a special pop-up party at Josie Kelly's, kicking it off on the 31st, Friday the 31st at 8:30 p.m. at Josie Kelly's. A special Tony Mart kicks off the entire summer good time, and then we're going to just roll through it. And that's what the show is about today. Rolling into the first half of a magnificent summer, and then a huge second half with some unbelievable free shows of amazing world-class entertainment on the boardwalk and on the beach, the Atlantic City Boardwalk, the Summers Point Beach, of course, where we are still in contention and waiting to see if we are going to repeat as the best outdoor concert venue in the United States in 2023, the Atlantic Air Concerts on the Beach in Summers Point. But today we're going to kick back a little bit with some of the old day rats. Of course, I'm talking about the man on whose shoulders we stand, Nick Regine. Started the beach concerts, started the good old days, and he is the president of the South Jersey Jazz Society, either the president or the director. I believe he is the president of the South Jersey Jazz Society, and they're going to have a party on the beach on the 7th of June, the Friday night, and we're going to kick all that off with Nicky Regine today. Before we get there, at the beginning of the show, just a little rat-a-tat-tat and good time with the guy who made the People's Choice Gumbo. You know, Jersey Gumbo is coming as part of the Summers Point Mardi Gras weekend. And that's Friday the 5th of July and Monday the 8th of July. And last year, Paul Gregory and Walter Gregory took the prize for the People's Choice. And this year they're going to be in the contention again. We want all the chefs to rally. If you're a chef out there and you want to be in on this, just send us an email at tonymartpresents@gmail.com. We're getting all of the formal invitations out, but you want to get in on this. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have great gumbo making going on. Resorts is going to be in it. And David Goldstein is coming back in from the American Federation, the American Culinary Federation. All the top people will be coming in. Our good friend, Chef Phil Gormley from the phenomenal Smithville Inn. Lots and lots of good things. Come PJ Buckets. People love that PJ Bucket. Fresh seafood in the raw and seafood in the bucket in the shell. Steamed seafood on the beach at the Atlantic Air Concerts on the beach. And PJ Buckets will be back in the gumbo competition this year as well. But we'll have Walter Gregory up here to talk about that in just a few minutes. Really the theme of what we've been talking about is how much more, bigger and more there is. We're going to kick this thing off at Josie Kelly's on the 31st. We want everybody to come. There's a lot of people that are that want to become sponsors of the beach concerts. Just come on over that night. The whole front of the ballroom will be there for people who want to make donations, who want to be sponsors, who want to join our sponsors there. Circle Liquor Store will have a table. Tony Mart's will have a table. Tony Mart Cares will have a table. Our other people that take care of us all the time will be there, like Joe Sayeg, Rich Gerber, Frank Formica. Of course, the Tony Mart All-Stars will be there. That's going to be a hell of a party. And it's our kickoff party on the 31st at 8:30. It's going to be Tony Mart classics, country rock, everyone's favorite party dance music. We'll have Billy Walton We'll have Danny Iyer. We'll have Destiny Monroe, Big Bob Hernano. This thing is going to be really big and free, but we're expecting everybody to come and throw money and be a sponsor. A lot of people, as I said, we've got over a dozen people that are like looking to get involved and contribute more to the beach concerts, and another dozen waiting beside them. This is going to be a huge year, and we're just trying to put it all together so we can get it going. And after that first show, we go right to Tony Mart Rocks the Point, which will be at the fantastic Point. I love the Point right there where Bay Shores used to be, 998 Bay Avenue in Summers Point. Tony Mart Rocks the Point with the Billy Walton Band, Thursday night, the 23rd of May, and every Thursday night, all the way to the 6th of September. We're talking rock and roll here. Every Thursday night, free shows. Tony Mart Rocks the Point at the Point, starting at 6 p.m. and rolling right through to at least 10. And then, of course, as I said, we'll start hitting on the beach. We're going to talk to Nicky Regine about his 18-piece Grammy-nominated jazz orchestra that's going to do their bonus concert along with the Summers Point Beach Committee, co-producing the South Jersey Jazz Society. We want to thank Nicky, and we will thank Nicky for that great show on the 7th of June, and then on the 14th of June, the first regularly scheduled Atlantic Care concert on the beach. This is one you do not want to miss because it's something totally different. It's like a superstar young, like a Tedeschi Trucks, big band, horns, big B3, lots of soulful Southern sound. Toronto, Canada, big band, and the name of the band is Bywater Call. It's something totally different, but very, very highly rated. They're getting major ratings as headliners at festivals all over the country. And we thought we would come out with something totally different to kick off the season. And you don't want to miss it because you will not see a show like this, very high energy, young, big band sound on the 14th on the beach in Summers Point. And then we go to the Masters, June 21st, our own Jersey Shore rock and soul guitar hero, Billy Walton, on the beach. And that'll be a big show. There'll be lots of people. It's a beautiful night. It'll be one of those nights you never want to forget, with Billy Walton rocking the 21st of June on the beach. And the 28th of June, one of the best party dance bands in the northeastern United States, the great Dane Anthony. The people who know Dane love Dane. We love Dane. We see Dane Sunday nights at the over at the Golden Nugget, and Dane will be in a privileged spot kicking off what will become the whole 4th of July celebration over there. Friday night, the 28th, the Dane Anthony Band on the beach, and then the 4th of July, some big things happening this year. Look for some major surprise announcements, some appearances by famous people, as we're doing. John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band celebrates Eddie and the Cruisers on the 4th of July for the first time ever in Summers Point. On the 4th of July, we will have the Cruisers on the beach Thursday, July 4th. And I'm telling you, you want to check out the media, keep your eye on TonyMart.com, watch everything that we're doing on the Facebook pages. John LaRose got the, what is it, Nance? You go to Summers Point Beach Concerts on Facebook page. That's all you got to do. And the Grizz is out there with the Instagram, banging it. You know, you really can't miss it. And then that takes us right from the 4th of July to the 5th of July and what we call Summers Point Mardi Gras in July. Summers Point's Mardi Gras in July, Friday the 5th, and then Monday the 8th with Jersey Gumbo. And that takes me right to our first guest, Mr. Walter Gregory, the people's choice himself. Walter, you know how much we love you. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you so much.
So it was a lot of fun last year at Jersey Gumbo, wasn't it?
It was. It was amazing how fast the time flew. I had a great time. I had a nice location, and everybody was walking around, having a good time. The music was wonderful also.
Yeah, we had James Andrews last year. This year, we have a Cajun fiddler, one of the greatest of all and most famous of all the Cajun fiddlers, Waylon Thibodeau from Tab Benoit's Voice of the Wetlands All-Stars. And he's also not just a Cajun fiddler, but he's a Bourbon Street guy, so he knows how to entertain. And that'll be going on while you're making gumbo with all the other places making gumbo. And until we get there, Walter, we're going to have those parties on the beach. And I know you and Lois love to be there with us. Tell us what you're anticipating as we roll right into the season.
Well, it's been a great spring. We've had a real nice, strong spring. St. Patty's Day was good. The products we're starting to get are really nice. Right now, we're into soft shells. It's probably that we first started seeing them about 3 or 4 weeks ago coming out of Florida, but now they're beautiful and they're coming out of Maryland. And I think we're going to have strong Maryland soft shells for at least another week, and then we'll lose them for a week, and then we'll get them back again.
What about the lobsters, Walter? What's the story there?
Lobsters went through the roof this summer. They got so expensive that you couldn't sell them. They were like a pound and a half lobster that we sell. My cost went up to about $38. So
oh my God.
couldn't really sell them. But now they're down. They dropped last week, and we filled our lobster tank, and then we're ready to go at reasonable prices. We're like at low 30 for a pound and a half lobster dinner with a potato and vegetable.
And
we all
that stuff too, right? With the crab meat stuffing, right?
Oh, you can get it that way, and not at that price. You got to add, I think, $8 for the crab meat stuffing. But that makes it a big deal.
Good way to get it, man. If you want to go all the way high on the hog, and,
yes, sir.
Enjoy yourself with all of that. What else is running good while we're talking about it?
Okay, we have live music, Carmen. We have live music on Thursdays, and we have live local performers, either twos or singles or deuces that play in our bar or out in the backyard, weather permitting. And it's pretty good. They start at either 6 or 7 and play for a couple hours. A real nice, intimate venue. And besides that, we have the jazz, which is we're the main smaller venue for South Jersey Jazz Society. We have shows coming the 19th, which is this Sunday. We have a thing we call Young Lions of Jazz. We take the Jazz Society goes and looks for people that are young, like maybe sophomores or juniors at Stockton or other colleges, and are into jazz and learning jazz, and they bring them in here and surround them with professional players and just show them off and talk to them and have a little interview. This week we have Jason Brasband. He's a trombonist.
Right.
I'm not good with names.
That's all right.
Anyway,
man. Don't worry about it. We'll go over that stuff with Nikki. Let's just go back to the ambiance.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Here we are cranking up for another season, Walter, getting ready to be on the beach, to be at Gregory's, to be at Jersey Gumbo, and doing all the things that we're going to do. It really is just, it's a rejuvenation. It's like getting ready to live again at the Jersey Shore, and Gregory's, of course, is a part of it, but beyond that, it just makes me feel so wonderful, like life is renewed. That's what an old Bay Rat feels. What do you think?
I put my boat in the water last week. I'm getting ready. It makes me feel good. Stock it up, get out and do a couple trips. I'm going to try crabbing this year. I don't usually do that, but I'm going to try it this year. So, it is. It makes you feel good. We're getting ready to go to the beach. I got a young grandson. I want to follow him to the beach and play in the water there and try to act young again. There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I used to do it all the time. That's when I'm down there and we're doing that stuff down at the point where the Mart, where Bay Shores used to be. I think about hanging out, and that's what I was doing, man. I was enjoying myself. I was crabbing and picking up crabs, cleaning them up, taking them home, and Mom would make the spaghetti sauce. And man, that was some serious spaghetti. That was some serious spaghetti and crabs there, man. That was going on.
And, now, your mom cleaned the crabs. Did your mom clean the crabs first and then throw them in the sauce and then cook them in the sauce?
I cleaned them.
Oh.
And then Mom would saute them and then make the sauce right in the same pot with everything.
That's
clean
great.
The crabs, everything. And then, you put all that garlic and herbs, and basil and onion in there, man. And that is the greatest Jersey Shore spaghetti and crabs you'll ever taste in your life. An Italian-American treat, boy. But I'm enjoying everything that's coming from you all over there. The fish is beautiful, right? The scallops are beautiful.
Yeah, the tuna. There's tuna around now that's really nice.
So we're getting ready to crank up. We're getting ready to crank these beach concerts up. The Jazz Society on the 7th, and then our first big one, Bywater Call, on the 14th. And you'll be there. You'll be open for lunch, dinner on Friday, and some late night action, right? I love going to your place.
Oh yeah, we keep food on for at least an hour and a half after the show stops.
Right, and that's a great part of it all, being at Gregory's like that. And another great part of it is Gregory's coming in and trying to defend their title as the People's Choice. What do you think did it last? It was that. Well, you guys make great gumbo and you make it all the time. I think you were saying it's because you cook it so long. That's one of your secrets.
Well, you know what? It's just so damn good. It's just so good that we're starting to cook it. We've been cooking it about every other week for the last 2 weeks. 2 months in the spring. And it's so good that on a hot day you eat it and it's still good. It cools you off.
Boy, I could really go for some of that right now.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait till we get back to Gregory's, and we'll have to wait till July 8th. Jersey Gumbo, 3 p.m. You'll start serving along with all the other chefs. I expect we're going to have 15, 20 chefs this year. Tyson Merriman is going to jump in, from the Tuckahoe. Tyson's jumping in. And the new head chef over at Great Bay, I like his spirit, man. He wants to jump in, too. He's a newbie, but he wants to go with us. So we'll have Great Bay this year, and lots of good things.
Good.
Walter,
Good.
I love having you. You and the Kirk, man. You and Kirk Garrity doing tremendous things with the Summers Point Historical Society and so many things for the community. Yeah. We love you, and we can't wait to be with you and celebrate summer, Walter.
Great. Carmen, thank you very much. It's an honor to talk to you. I've enjoyed your friendship for many years now, probably, since I was about 15, I think I first talked to you.
That's right, and all our love to the Gregory family. Have a great summer. Let the good times roll, right? Let the good times roll. All right, Walter Gregory, thank you so much for being a part of Tony Mart Presents Music, Food, Fun, and Travel. We've got all kinds of things that are happening this early part of the summer. It's a really interesting time. So many things kicking in at once, starting with the Josie Kelly's party, which is the 31st, and then Gregory's is right next door. So you're already kicking it up. Charlie's, always a big-time sponsor. Cannot say enough good things about Charlie's Bar and all the things that they do. They're always major sponsors of the beach concerts. The Point, kicking in last year, $5,000 sponsor of the Atlantic Care concerts on the beach. And then, of course, to have Gregory's, who feeds our musicians, takes care of our musicians. And then you have Walt's Original Primo Pizza, who sends the food down, takes care of everybody It's such a community effort. And, of course, one of the most generous of all, the Circle Liquor Store. We're so proud we have Circle Liquor Store as a major sponsor here at Tony Mart Presents, music, food, fun, travel. And we want to thank Chester Malloy and his great staff, the First Lady of Circle Liquor Store, Jeanette Gemza, the late John Gemza. They have been doing great things for Summers Point for a long time, and they will be there for a long time as an institution. My father used to say, Tony Mart used to say, it's not just a nightclub, it's an institution. And that's what he was talking about. And Circle Liquor is that institution. And they are always giving. They are always giving to the community. They support everything, support baskets of cheers for fundraisers, support huge wine tastings at the Good Old Days Festival every year now. And, of course, right there as a sponsor in Summers Point on the beach and at the Mardi Gras on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. We would not have a Mardi Gras, Tony Mart beverage garden were it not for the strong support of Circle Liquor Store. They are just the best all the time for everybody. They support your community. When somebody is down on your block or around your town, Circle is there. And that's why Circle is the place to enjoy enjoy getting ready to party. Circle Liquor Store is the place to get ready to let the good times roll. And it's 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. And they have everything. The immensity of their selection is beyond belief. The craft beers and the specialty beers, the Weiss beers, the citrusy beers. There's so many different kinds of beverages coming out. They tell me at Circle, if you want to go talk to Jordan, the craft beer guy, or the big guy, JM, about what it is to have this kind of selection. The 200 plus bourbons and exotic tequilas, single barrel whiskeys, single malt scotches, unbelievable amounts of new products. Every week they get dozens of new seltzer products and craft beer products and new tastes that are coming out. And everybody who brings out product in the state of New Jersey wants that product to be previewed at Circle Liquor Store, because Circle Liquor Store is simply the best independent liquor store in the state of New Jersey, probably in the world, definitely in the state of New Jersey. And it's just incredible what all they do. And this year, we're having so much fun with it. Next week, we're going to have the Tuscan wine selections with our wine goddess from Circle Liquor Store. And that's going to be a lot of fun. They are in Tuscany this week. They'll be back next week. And we'll be talking about all those great wines that are going on. But also, we have something really fun coming up that I want to mention. A special treat with Circle Liquor Store. We just happen to have one of the greatest bands in the world coming to perform on both the beach, the 17th of July, and the boardwalk. The beach, the 19th of July, and the boardwalk on the 17th. Wednesday the 17th and Friday the 19th, the incredible Phantom Blues Band. These are musicians that have played with and continue to have been stars with people from Crosby, Stills and Nash to B.B. King to Etta James to Herbie Hancock to Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry, Nance is here with me. We're doing the show here, and we are talking about this thing we're going to call, this is really going to be cool, Phantom Red Wine and Funky Phantom Blues. This is what we're doing in July, and it's dedicated to Circle Liquor Store, where they have this great Phantom Red blended wine, plus the Phantom Chardonnay, and we'll be doing some great sangrias, white and red sangrias to celebrate. And over on the boardwalk, we'll have it all right there at the Tony Mart Cafe, the 17th of July. It doesn't get any better than that. Phantom Red Wine and Funky Phantom Blues. Phantom Blues Band is Taj Mahal's band. Phantom Blues Band is one of the greatest bands in the world. And it's a complete review because you have Curtis Delgado, the man who taught the blues to the Blues Brothers, one of the greatest of all the soul blues singers. And Heather Hardy is going to be coming in and doing her funky violin and her funky blues, Little Mama. Boy, if you haven't seen the hottest, and I know most of you have because she's become a favorite in the last couple of years, but Heather Little Mama Hardy will be part of that show. And it's all about the Phantom Red Wine and Funky Phantom Blues. But more than that, we're going to have a tremendous time of it in July. And I want to get back to the fact that after we do the 4th of July on the beach, we're doing that Mardi Gras on the 5th of July with Waylon Thibodeau. If you have never seen Waylon Thibodeau, many of you have seen him in the Voice of the Wetlands All-Stars, a major national headliner at festivals, Roots Music, Louisiana Music festivals all over the country. But Waylon Thibodeau is a really entertaining and fabulous Cajun fiddler, and that will be a great show along with the great Dan Levin, a piano band. And the first show on the beach, the 5th, man, check this out. It'll be Dan Levin's piano band. It'll be the incredible Waylon Thibodeau. It'll be Danny Iyer, Howard Isaacson, Bobby Ferguson. Just an unbelievable Mardi Gras party. Ben Levin and his fabulous Mardi Gras piano band. And it's just so much fun. And then, of course, we roll to Jersey Gumbo 3 to 11 at the Point, starting with the tastings at 3 o'clock. And that Jersey Gumbo is free. It's a free festival, 5 free shows from 3 in the afternoon until 11 o'clock. Billy Walton will be coming in that night and doing a funky Mardi Gras show at the end of the night, which will be a lot of fun. And it'll just be a total roll at the Point. So beautiful. Free parking as well. So everything is free except it's just, cocktails and, of course, your drinks and everything, but also tastings, $15, all you care to taste, starting at 3 o'clock. So it's a tremendous bargain and a tremendous good time for everyone to join us. That's Monday the 8th. Last year, we had so much fun, and we invite everybody to mark that down. And the special, if you want on that, too, is the $15. If you like, you can take your $6 $15, and then you can get a cabana for an additional $75. So for like $1.75, you can have a cabana for you and your friends with all the tasting of the gumbo, whatever you want to do. Just send a note. We're already getting a lot of emails. Send a note to Tony Mart Presents at gmail.com. And we want to get everybody cranking on Jersey Gumbo, man. Jersey Mardi Gras on the beach, and the Friday night, the 5th, Jersey Gumbo on the 8th. And let's not forget the following. There's one in between, the 12th. And that is a female doubleheader. One of the great singer-songwriters in Europe and New York, the great Dana Fuchs, will do a beautiful show, and then an intense rock and roll party, a double down. The Girls Can't Help Themselves, featuring Patty Balbo and the guys from Red. It's a totally different show. The Girls Can't Help Themselves, a tribute to the divas of rock and roll. And that's what will be happening on the 12th. If you want to be right on top of things, that is right on top of things, right there, what's happening all the way through. And then we get to the last week of July. I'm so honored this year we will be presenting the Tony Mart Legacy of the Last Waltz. Levon and the Hawks left Tony Mart in 1965, and 11 years later, Martin Scorsese filmed what is one of the greatest of all musical videos, The Last Waltz. And we're going to do our Tony Mart version of that with some of the greatest musicians in the world, including a recent star of the Jazz Fest, Dave Malone from the Radiators. And that is the 24th and the 26th. So that takes us right through. And while we're doing that, Bob Dylan is going to be down in Cape May County as executive producer of his movie, which tells that story. He tells the story of when he brought the guys from the band up there to play at Newport. And it was from Tony Mart that he took them. And we are a part of that. And how much more amazing can you get than that? We will be doing our last waltz in Summers Point, in Atlantic City, and a special EIP last waltz in Cape May, where Dylan and them are going to be doing that movie, all happening as a part of the living legacy of music in Summers Point, the Tony Mart legacy, the Summers Point unique cultural, historic music legacy. And it's all going to be happening this summer, real, lifetime, man, including the Eddie and the Cruisers show on the 4th of July. So we just simply cannot really overstate how excited we are about so many of these things. But I would like to thank some more sponsors, because we have great people like Circle Liquor Store who help make this happen. And I want to thank our good friend, Rich Gerber. You know, Rich Gerber has FIGAs, and FIGAs are fixed rate annuities that are perfect right now while we're still up at higher levels of interest rates. These rates are not going to stay there that long. So you want to call Rich Gerber and talk to him about a FIGA and talk to him about different kinds of indexed annuities and other kinds of annuities that are perfect for you and your family and your needs. It's easy to do that. Just call them at 609-653-9101, and Rich will talk about your family, your needs, what you have, what you don't have, what you may consider adding to secure your good times. He's the man that helps you be ready to enjoy the good times by having all of these different investments and things secured, and also by taking care of the grandchildren. You know, it's very, very easy to be able to just put a little money aside at different rates, increase, put some money aside now. In 2 months, when you have another payment or something, put a little more aside. And it can be a tremendous thing for your grandchildren, your family. And Rich Gerber is the guy that can make that happen for you. Rich Gerber Insurance, right on Central Avenue in Linwood, 609-653-9101. Give Richard a call. He'll have a cup of coffee with you. He'll have a glass of wine with you. He'll be going for some of that Red Phantom. We'll be looking for him for some of that Red Phantom wine and the funky Phantom blues in July. Thank you, Richard Gerber, for being such a good friend and for being a great sponsor of Tony Mart Presents Music, Food, Fun, and Travel. It's a proud, proud heritage And I know no one who is a greater Bay Rat or a greater guy who represents the proud, unique musical and cultural heritage of this community than the man that makes it happen. Proud to have him here today. My dear friend, Nick Regine. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Carmen, thanks for having me, buddy.
My pleasure. Let's talk about your book.
Okay. Well, it's going well. I'm selling more than I anticipated selling. The book was, as most things that I'm involved with, is, a labor of love. It's been in the works for, it started as an idea about, 12 or 15 years ago. And we interviewed a lot of people and talked to people, unfortunately, are no longer here. And I was in search of a sort of the glue to hold the story together. And I came up with the idea is to blend it with a memoir of growing up in Summers Point. And that gave me the sort of the substance that I needed to weave the various tales of the saloons, tap rooms, bars that, Summers Point is famous for into this memoir of mine. Starting when I was very young, pre-memory almost, I hear stories, being told about, me at the age of 2 or 3 years old, playing outside of my house and just walking away and heading down to Sullivan's, which was the bar about a block and a half away from me, and my mother, coming out looking for me and not finding me, running down the street and finding me, trying to get into Sullivan's. That was the first time I ever, tried to sneak into a bar. And my mother smacked me on the ass. She said, "What are you doing down here?" I said, "I sneaked down here." And she said, "Well, you sneak your ass home." So, but that's when Sullivan's was on New York Avenue and at Route 9 before it moved a block away,
right.
When there was the old Sullivan's. And, so that, then I told, stories, talked a little bit more about growing up in Summers Point, and I weaved, stories, about the Launch Haven and about Vaughan Comforts, about, Bay Avenue nightlife, into the tale, which was basically my tale of, for me, it was a love story of me growing up in Summers Point.
Kind of rooted in the 40s and the late swing and that whole thing. Just give us a quick whip us around in a minute there, Nikki, as to how we got to the rock and roll era of Tony Mart. You go all the way back a ways, huh?
No, I mean, I do. My story predates that, actually, because, some of the story, I interviewed Arnold Orsatti, who owned the Gateway Casino, and among other places in Summers Point. And the Gateway Casino was probably, a case can be made, was the first place that really featured stellar music in Summers Point. The big bands, and that's where Rosemary Clooney got her start. Right. And it was just a lovely little, rather large establishment at the south end of Bay Avenue. Unfortunately, times change and things move on, but that was, and Summers Point got a reputation for being a place to go hear good music, and then it just, it morphed from, the big band in the sound, which was very popular back in the 30s and 40s. And, it was, I guess, natural as times changed, as music tastes changed. Summers Point became known for rock and roll, as you well know, Corn.
Well, that's the Tony Mart part of the story that kicks it up. But, as we start to get into what looks like is going to be an incredible season, Nikki, I mean, unbelievable. It's fitting that we have you here talking about our roots. Walter was on earlier today. Paul Gregory was on. And we're basically saying, look, we have this unique place, and it is a real cultural treasure, Summers Point. And your book really sets the pace for that. And I think people should, I know they can get it where they can get it everywhere. But In Between Drinks, right, Nikki?
It's called Between Drinks, just Between Drinks.
Between Drinks. Right. And you can get it all over the place, right?
Mainly it's Sunrose bookstore in Ocean City. You get it at the Great Bay Gallery on Bay Avenue in Summers Point. You can get it at the Gregory's. Those are the places, or they can just get in touch with me. and hook them up. I'm starting to run out. I may probably have to place another order for a few more. So, but it's been well received, and I'm very happy the way. We had a book signing at Gregory's, which was packed. I have another book signing coming up on June 29th at Sunrose. So I'm really tickled how it's been received.
Well, I think you ought to have a book signing on the beach in Summers Point as well. I really do.
Yeah, we'll try to make arrangements for that.
How do they get a hold of you, Nicky, on that?
You can call. You want me to give you my phone number or my email or both?
What email I think is better, right?
Okay. Well, yeah, it's my name, Nicholas Regine, Nicholas Regine, Regine @gmail.
Right. We'll make a point to have that available, and people should reach out to you. So, what do you think? They're talking about coming. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I'm in touch with. We received word from PBS. Looks like they're going to do a TV show about our Eddie and the Cruisers on the 4th of July concept that we came up with. That's the way this summer is going to roll. I think it's going to be a spectacular summer every week.
Well,
Carmen,
you really deserve it. I'm glad you're getting recognition. It's well deserved. You really have taken the concert series, which I thought was a very good concert series. When I used to run it, but you've really kicked it up a notch, and it's really become obviously something very, very special.
Well, we're in the running for the second year here. We won last year at the number one outdoor concert venue in the country. That's our award. That's your award. Our award is Summers Point's award. It's something everybody can share. I mean, Nancy works her butt off, but all of us are a part of that tremendous, the tremendous legacy that we have. And I was wondering some of your feelings, Nicky, about the town. I mean, now here we are. We're getting national media. We're getting national accolades. It isn't just the concert series. It's all about us and who we are and what we are. What are some of your thoughts? I wanted to talk to you about heading into this next great season. How do you feel?
Well, I'm always been bullish on Summers Point. I think it's a unique little place. I think it has a perfect blend of being right near the ocean, but not too close. You have a feel of you're in a small little community, which is vibrant and it's year round, and there's things going on all the time. It's not, it just doesn't open up for 10 weeks and then close up. It's right. 24/7, 12 months out of the year, there's things happening in Summers Point. I really do think it's great. We go into what it could be, obviously there's always room for, improvement, but you don't want to take away from the essence of what Summers Point is. And that is, that small town charm by the bay. And I think that's very, very important to maintain that.
And the shoulder season is getting longer, and that's a sign of a very popular place. Now, you're jumping into that with the South Jersey Jazz Society. You are president of the South Jersey Jazz Society, right?
Yeah, I'm fortunate. I've been president since its inception. I guess I'm founder and president, technically, and we will be celebrating our 20th anniversary in November. So we've been around a while, but and there's other things happening. I mean, we're having a concert, sort of connected. It's helping jumpstart the Concert on Beat series on June 7th, bringing a really nice big band, Andrew New big band, 18 pieces. It should be really great. We have nice weather. It should be a dynamic evening of music on June the 7th. And and there's other things going on too. I mean, a little club I'm involved with is the Summer School Unique Experiences Club, and we have different things going on here also. As a matter of fact, we have an opera dinner coming up October 16th at Gregory's. So it's diverse, and that's I think that's key. It's important that not only what you do as far as the rock and roll history and keeping that that thread alive here in Summers Point. But other things that are happening in Summers Point also. I mean, Kirk Garrity with the Summers Point Historical Society does a great deal of good things with his car show and things like that. So there's it's multifaceted and it's layered, and it's I can't speak highly enough of it. I mean, can it be improved? Sure, it can be improved, but the essence is here. It's always been here, and the worst thing you would want to do is tinker with that essence. You need to keep that year-round feeling of community and year-round vibe of something happening in Summers Point. The buzz,
Right. Grow it, nurture it, protect it, preserve it. That's what we're all about. Now, you're in there on the 7th. Friday the 7th of June, you're jumping in there with this 18-piece Grammy-nominated big band. Do I have that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. Andrew New Big Band. Yep.
What's the name of the band, Nikki?
Andrew New, N-E-U.
Andrew New Big Band, Grammy-nominated, and that'll be so beautiful out there on the beach. Hopefully we'll get a nice night. And then the following week, you've got a group from Toronto, Canada, that is, following the Tedeschi trucks, which is one of the hottest trends in the United States. The Tedeschi trucks, they were influenced by Mad Dogs and Englishmen, Leon Russell, and the younger generation. Nikki, we've got to go Generation Xers now, man. The Xers rule, because the baby boomers just can't get out there and slug it every week like they did. So we're into the Xers. We're bringing a lot of them in, and a lot of that kind of entertainment. Plus, as you know, a lot of New Orleans stuff and a lot of national and international things that are going on. Tell me some of the things that you would really like that you've seen. Have you been down a few times? I expect you'll be down for gumbo. Are you coming to Jersey Gumbo?
Yeah, I hope to be there, Garth. I mean, nothing I like better than good New Orleans gumbo. I mean, that's, I can live on it, buddy.
Can I put you on the spot and ask you to be a judge?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, you have to obviously give me the dates and stuff like that, but I'll do my best, buddy.
You are officially a judge. You know the way I feel about it. We can't do enough great things together for the town and with the town. Now, the other really interesting thing that I want to talk to you about is the situation where Dylan is actually down in South Jersey, executively producing the story of when he left, when the band left, and Dylan went, electric with some of the guys from the band, which of course is the Tony Mart legacy. It just so happens we're going to be doing, and I'll tell you, Nikki, that's an awesome show you don't want to miss. The Tony Mart legacy of The Last Waltz, the actual musical rendition of the Scorsese movie with some of the greatest people out there from New Orleans, and Bob Margolin, who played with Muddy Waters in The Last Waltz. But while we're doing all of that, Dylan is actually going to be putting some of this together in Cape May and in Wildwood. And it's amazing when you talk about, UPS, excuse me, not UPS, PBS. You talk about the USA Today. You talk about Bob Dylan. The center of the universe this summer looks like it might just be South Jersey, and we're kind of right in the middle of it. Can you feel that, man?
I mean, I always think Summers Point's the hippest place in all South Jersey, by far. I mean, I think that's not overstating it either,
Simple but excellent answer. We are hip, and we don't have to brag about it. We don't have to exaggerate it, because you and I know what it's all about and how it's always been that way since our parents' generation, right?
I think, like I said, it has a long history of being the place you want to be. I mean, I really do feel that it's been, almost it's going on almost 100 years in the in existence.
Right. Fascinating, and let's do that, Nikki. Let's put together a night that you can maybe do a signing, and we can talk more about and have that out on the beach this year. And of course, I want you there for the last waltz, and I want you Jersey Gumbo. I want you everywhere as you can be, and I thank you so much for so much support you've given us. And what are we heading into now? That's 32 years. 32 years, I think. What's that?
31 or 32.
Yeah, and
so it's all because of those lucky nickels, Carmen.
The lucky
Magical
nickels. The lucky nickels from Tony Mart. That's right. That was Tony Mart that did that. Oh, wow. Listen, Nikki, thank you so much.
Okay, Carmen, it'd be my pleasure. And anything you need, you have my number, buddy.
I'll tell you what I need. I need you to be with us and spend as much time together with us so we have a great summer here. It's going to be a hell of a year, and we want you to be part of it. Nick,
okay, I'll make a point. Thank you very much, Carmen.
Please, thank you.
Hey, Nancy, keep on doing what you guys are doing, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki.
We appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nick Regine is the former Summers Point Community Education Recreation Director. He invented the office. He invented the beach concerts. He brought together the good old days. He's done so many things. The Bay Fest that just went by. Tremendous guy that's done tremendous things. And we are proud and honored to be able to say that we are a part of his legacy, and he and his family were a part of our legacy, the Tony Mart legacy, and the Walter Gregory and the Gregory's legacy. It's just been fantastic. If you go to TonyMart.com, you can see all of this. And it's real time, man. On the 23rd of May, that's next Thursday, we'll start rocking the Point. Every Thursday night, rocking the Point. The Point is probably the hottest tiki bar outdoor nightclub on the Jersey Shore. And we'll be rocking it. Tony Mart's Rocks the Point with the Billy Walton Band, 6 to 10 p.m. every Thursday night, starting next Thursday, the 23rd, and rocking right on through until September, through Labor Day. And that's what it's all about. And, of course, we're going to have our special show at Josie Kelly's. Everybody is invited to come and think about how they can help and sponsor, getting sponsors out. We want you to encourage sponsorships. We want a couple of families to throw together. You get 2 or 3 families together, $500 sponsorship. We're spending a lot of money to bring tremendous entertainment to that beach this summer. And we want people to come and be a part of it. We want people to be a part of the pop-ups at Josie Kelly's. We're going to do a pop-up at Jim Toohey's on the 20th of July. We're going to do one after the summer at Caroline's on that beautiful deck in September 13th, I believe the date is. A lot of support is coming forward. Like I said, it's something when you get PBS coming forward. It's something when you get Bob Dylan himself coming down to trace his own roots here. These things are happening in real time. It's very, very exciting. There's so much synergy, as I like to say. So many different things going on that are a part of it and a fun part of it. All the cool things at Circle Liquor Store, the cool things at the Point. You know, the Point is so great. And Jersey Gumbo, man, I mean, come on. 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a beautiful July Monday, free parking. Come on down, taste the gumbo. Get a bunch of your friends together. Get a VIP cabana with six all you can taste and your own private area at the Point for $175. You can have your own private party. Eddie's going to make several of them available, but you got to reserve them and make sure you have them reserved if you want to be a part of it. All of the merch, all the Jersey Gumbo stuff. It's going to be so much fun. and we really want everybody to mark that one down. This year, the way it rolls, it's incredible what we're doing. Wednesday the 3rd, John Cafferty and Beaver Brown on the beach in Atlantic, on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Thursday the 4th, on the 4th of July party on the beach in Summers Point. Friday the 5th, the Mardi Gras, what we call Mardi Gras in July in Summers Point with Waylon Thibodeau, Ben Levin and his great piano gig, and all of our guys. The Tony Mart All-Stars, the fabulous Howard Isaacson, First Call Howard Isaacson, Danny Iyer, all of them on Friday night on the beach, and on Monday night at the Point, we'll have a special Billy Walton funk show at Jersey Gumbo. Just so many things going on, and we are really, really proud and happy to be able to say to you that this legacy lives on and will live on beginning the 31st, live in color. Come down and see us at Josie Kelly's with the Tony Mart All-Stars, Billy Walton, Big Bob Arnano, Destiny Monroe, Danny Iyer, and all the guys, old school Jimmy, not only Rich Megahertz Kurtz, the great Brian Conover, country music, all the things that you all want to hear. We're going to come together in a big night, and I would suggest you get there early. It's an 8:30 door. Doors will open at 8:30. Going to have a hell of a crowd there that night to kick it off. The first of the welcome pop-up parties going on for summertime 24 over here at Tony Mart Presents. Go to the website, TonyMart.com. Check everything out. Get ready to have a wonderful time. And join Nancy and I until we see you at Josie Kelly's. If not before that, at the Point. Remember one thing. Let the good times roll.
The preceding program was paid for and presented by Tony Mart Presents.